it is. It's starting to get a little overcast out there.
Okay, so now I also had the back of my retina zapped with a laser about 100 times yesterday.
Oh gosh.
Diabetic deal. And so things are still kind of funky.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Got all kinds of stuff going on, Dragon.
Yay!
It's fine now.
I push button. Login failed. Damn, I've been fired.
Hey, maybe we ought to get some, like, I don't know, best of something or something queued up just in case.
Go for it. Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, I'm saying my internet went out totally for 5 minutes and we don't know why.
That's the Kelly Cuchero show.
Probably didn't pay you.
Yeah, no.
Or we could get someone, if someone could sit in the studio with me on the phone, seriously, I could be like a guest who takes calls. If that happens again, we just need to know. Kelly could go in there maybe and do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then she'll say, Tom, so-and-so's on line 1, and he has a this. And we can talk like 2 guests. That's the only thing I can think of because we don't have Mark.
Like Roz from Frasier.
Yeah, there you go. I can do that. That's fine. Oh, I got my workout for the day. We're back up on YouTube.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you? Okay. Okay. So you're having problems with the claim? Okay, what's your name? John? Okay, John, no problem. Let me go ahead and put you on hold, and Tom will be with you as soon as possible, okay? Okay, no problem. Oh my God, that was weird. Okay, that was fun. Let's not do that again.
Nah, that makes life worth living.
Let's not do that again, okay? I literally had to sprint back there and back here.
Yes.
To check. But we're back. Yay! I did not test audio. Alright, I need water after that. Good Lord. I swear to God, I haven't run like that.
All right, we got 15 seconds.
Free listing, deep house cleaning with windows, expert staging, stunning photos, virtual tours, all for a low, low commission, 3.9%. iHeartRadio Access Day, and Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So happy to be back. We had a little technical glitch at the end of the last hour. This hour brought to you by 888heating.com, who will get you the lowest price on air conditioning. You better start thinking about air conditioning right now. They'll do it. Lowest price, same equipment, of course, and they carry the popular brands, so put them to the test. 303-770-2776. 303-770-2776. Welcome. Let's talk. What's on your mind? We left off with an issue with Caleb, and Caleb said that he bought this car. He has this car, and he took it into Groove 5 times. Each time he'd take it out of there and notice something. And it's $5,000 the first time he went in. They did a bunch of stuff. Then he noticed something after that. Then he noticed something after that. Now, there is a phenomenon. Kevin Calkins with us from Sheridan Auto Tech as an expert. Kevin did not work on this car. Caleb's on. He's the consumer. Now, Kevin, there is a phenomenon we know in the auto business that when you touch it, you own it. Meaning that when you do work on a car, if it has a lot of deferred maintenance, you try to do as little as possible to get it running or to get it up and running. And sometimes you do a lot. You have to because it's in bad shape. Sometimes. I'm not saying this is the case. But then other things kind of domino effect. And it's not necessarily the mechanic's fault. There are things that you can fix that can trigger other things. Is that right, Kevin?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like you said, especially if it's lack of maintenance, that can be a nightmare sometimes.
However, there's also incompetence, meaning you take your car somewhere, they do a bunch of work, and then realize, wait a minute, you have a head gasket here and warped heads, and your car sucks, and now you need a new engine, and then your question would be, as a consumer, why the hell did you have me spend $5,000 to $7,000? Shouldn't you have noticed this? So in other words, we have to try to put together a sequence of events. Did he warp his heads after they did these repairs? Or was it warped when he went in? Or in between? I mean, come on. I think any consumer would be pissed off spending $7,000 and then being told he needs a new engine. Now, I mean, that's a natural concern, right, Kevin?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Did he have overheating concerns the whole time?
Now, Caleb, let's talk to you. Did your car ever overheat prior to this problem?
No, it was not. It was not an issue when I brought it into the shop.
When you brought your car into the shop, and Caleb, what I want to do here is just quick answers on these so Kevin Calkin can analyze this. The very first visit, why did you take it in for service to Groove?
I knew I was having problems with the AC. I knew that one of the windshield nozzles wasn't working. It had been a while since I brought it into a shop to get, more than just oil changes and brake pads and whatnot. So I knew I needed to bring it in to actually get some service done.
And that's 80,000 miles.
I brought it in just to... Right, yeah. Just under, but yeah.
Okay, so they charge you $5,000. Tell Kevin, just item by item, very quickly, what did they do the first time?
Sure. First time, air filters, wiper blades, cabin filters, HVAC system repair, body trim repair, they said, for the nozzle. They said they did a 25-point inspection. Let's see. Another general body trim repair. Transmission mount, the brake pad, and the can carrier reseal. That repair alone cost over $3,000.
Sure.
So that's what they did the first time. And also when I got it back from them the first time, they went to crank it. It wouldn't crank. They had to replace the battery, so they charged me for a new battery after I had already started checking out.
Okay, then you immediately noticed an idle problem or a power problem.
Yes, immediately.
What was
at
it?
the very
Sluggish?
first
It was
intersection coming
sluggish.
off the lot.
It was sluggish.
It was shaking almost. Yeah, it was sluggish off of the acceleration, but it was like shaking in low and idle gears.
The second time, so the second time it was for loss of power, right?
Well, yes, the second time, so I brought it back in because when I cranked it after a class and there was just a Christmas tree of warning lights in front of me, so I brought it straight back to him. The third time was for the loss of power.
Okay, so the second time was Christmas tree lights, and then the, and then wow, this is crazy. Okay, so then when you took it back, there was a loss of power. What did they do after the loss of power?
They claimed that there was, I guess, some kind of air pocket in the cooling system. They said they tried to get it out, and just it was too deep in there the first time, I guess.
What was in there?
So that's what caused it to die the first time, apparently. An air pocket, allegedly.
What the, in the cooling
they didn't
system?
properly fill the coolant. They didn't properly fill the coolant.
So what happened is they could have caused this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-oh. How much is this? Okay, that's something, man. How much is this going to cost you, did they say right now?
They're claiming that at this point they're taking care of the repair costs from here. But my thing is,
wait a minute, hold on. You left that part out. Caleb, they're going to actually replace the engine?
That's what they say.
Well, hold on. Caleb, they're recognizing that they caused the overheating, bro. So why the hell didn't you tell us that?
I was trying to get there.
You were not trying to get there. You could have you just told me, you said this, and I'll go back to the damn recording. Now they're telling me I need a whole new engine. What you could have said was, but they're offering to do it for me.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be misleading. I'm sorry.
You weren't misleading. You left it out. What I want to know is, why are you calling us if they're agreeing to fix it?
Because every time they've, quote, fixed it beforehand, something else has come back wrong. And I talked to, the only reason I called today, I was talking to one of my friends, Meredith Rudolph, about this, and she said, you need to call Tom. He might have some advice for this. It sounds like
Caleb, I want you to know this. Caleb, I want you to know this. I am on your side, but what I'm saying is, I don't think we should go to battle yet. Now that you've called us, we have information. And it was wise to call us. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, you're crazy, you shouldn't have called. What I'm saying is, hey, if they're offering, let's ride this through. Let's see what they're going to do. You know, you can even tell them you called us and that they said we should here. In fact, you should. You should say, you know, I just called the Tom Martino show because of this. And actually, he said, you know what? If these guys are willing to fix it, they should be able to fix it. That will light a little fire. And then when you call back, I'll have a record of this. Here's what you need to do. The only thing I'd be concerned with, and I don't think you have a problem. You have 80,000 miles. They're almost always going to put an engine, either fix that engine or put an engine in that has lower miles. Kevin, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're willing to do it, they'll probably put a box motor in it. You know, if they're going to warranty it, they're not going to go used.
Okay.
So I think that's awesome. I think they're stepping up. They recognize what they did, and they're taking care of it.
Especially because you have all that written documentation. That air bubble is when that thing warped, you know.
Yep.
Hey, Kevin. Okay.
Yeah, it was after that I had to bring it back in for the overheating.
Okay.
Yep.
Caleb, that was one of the many times, right? Okay. The third time was loss of power, and then the fourth time. When was the overheating, or not the overheating, but whatever you said? Was there an overheating?
Yeah. So loss of power third time, and then the overheating issue was the fourth time I brought it back in.
Well, okay, you got it, man. We analyzed this. I love it. So stay in touch with us. and we'll know your problem. We have it all written down. Kevin, basically, how do you, my question is this, and thank you, Caleb, for calling. My question is this: how do you get an air bubble out of coolant? And why do they form?
Well, we have vacuum fillers. Different cars are different situations, and they will get air pockets. It's common.
Is there a way? I mean, even like, how do you, like with the thermostat, how do you fill it all up? Because the thermostat's closed.
Right. You put a vacuum on the system, so it actually pulls it through by vacuum.
It even pulls it through the thermostat?
It'll pull all the air out of it first, and then once you start, the reverse, it displaces the air.
And where do you fill it? From the expansion tank like that, or from the main tank?
You fill it from the top of the radiator.
And you pull it through. Then you pull it through.
The tool will actually pull it through for us. It's vacuum actuated, and then when you flip another switch, it just sucks it right in.
You can't push it through. You rather pull it through.
No, it pulls through with vacuum. But then you have to verify. You have to verify circulation. You have to verify everything.
God, that sucks. That's not easy, Kevin. That's not easy.
There's times it could take us, 30 to 45 minutes to fill a radiator.
My God.
Yeah, it's challenging sometimes.
So you vacuum fill it from the main tank?
Right. The main radiator fill, the fill.
I understand that, but when you do that, if you're sucking off the top of the radiator, where is the fluid being sucked from, is what I'm asking.
Well, it's pulling all the air out first, and then there's a separate hose that you put into a clean reservoir full of fluid. You flip a switch, and then it's using the vacuum you just put on the system. It pulls clean fluid back into the engine.
Okay.
They're like getting all the air out of it, so you should not have an air pocket if it's filled properly. Gosh, dang it. Okay. Well, I appreciate that information. We have more coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. WaterPros.net has this special on the everything filter, I'm calling it, because they do the chemicals, the forever chemicals, plus drinking water, plus good for bathing and showering. It's under $5,000, fully installed. PaulTheWaterman.com. You can't go wrong. Best systems, lowest prices. 303-862-5554.
Do stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary
10 seconds, Tom. You're up next.
488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Made in the Shade, a trouble-free way to get window coverings. People try to order wholesale online, and then they try to get a handyman to put them up, and then they try to measure themselves. It's a mess. When it comes to window coverings, have the experts come. They can fit all budgets. Have the experts come for all window coverings, anything you need, hard or soft, high-tech, low-tech, made in the shade. They come to your house, measure for free and estimate for free. They have a designer to help you order the stuff that you want. Those designer services are free. You pay for the window coverings, and then they install them with their in-house people. It's all one shop, one family, one company. 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566, Made in the Shade. Look for them at referralist.com. That's where you'll also find the best deals on water heaters, period. That's right, water heaters, the best deals, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. If you need a water heater, or if it's just getting old, you ought to call them, because you'll never beat these prices. No, a 40-gallon tank, fully installed, old one taken out, hauled away, new supply line for gas and water. You know what? It's only $12.99. And if it's a 50-gallon tank, it's only $13.99. Any size you want, they'll beat any price. That's what they say, the lowest price, 303-668-6844, 668-6844. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. We love having people like Harris Family Law on this show and on our referral list, because they have a website where you can get free information about family law, all topics. Just go to harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. You'll see their past webinars. You'll find about the one they're going to have tonight, and anything you need You look for that topic, and then you listen. They have experts and all of their attorneys on board. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000. That's HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you then. I'll devote that.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me get my text messages for you.
No one in here today? Nope. Mark's working from home? Or is he even on the air?
He's not on the air.
He's gone till Monday.
Monday?
He's gone till Monday. I got him revivalist tickets for on staff.
When?
This Saturday.
Oh, he might be coming back Friday. I might be wrong, but you might want to text him. I'm not sure when they're, because I'm here till, I'm here for them like
Okay.
through the whole week, so.
Okay, yeah, I wanna, yeah.
That sounds like it's mine. How's that dog?
Hi, Erin. This is Kelly. I'm calling back from the Tom Martino Show and hoping to catch you on your lunch break. If you want to give us a call, we have open lines, 303-713-8255. Again, that's 303-713-8255. Thanks so much. Bye. I don't know when they're coming back. I only know my own schedule, and I'm here till Friday.
Well, you're not here on Monday?
Yes, I'm here every day.
Well.
It's true. But
No.
in for them, I
I
should
was
say.
so late having
Gotcha.
All right.
daughters.
This guy,
son is 16.
message. They're good.
And I would hate to have a grandchild right now. At 18.
Oh, we talked to. He's good.
Can you believe that? Did you hear that? Oh, you didn't hear it. Well, I got some good questions on text for you.
All right, 15 seconds there, Tom.
Okay.
Sports, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Tom Martino here with Steve Watson from Approval Reverse Mortgage. 303-771-3528 is their number. I'm going to go to Joe about a deed after this. But, Steve, I have a question about couples. Can couples get a reverse loan where they stay in there? Like, how does it work with a couple? They both have to be over 62 if they want to continue the loan. They don't want it to come due when one dies. How does it work?
If they're both going to be borrowers, they should be 62. Now, understand that if one person is 62, we can have a younger one under 62.
On the loan.
Well, They're called a non-borrowing spouse.
Okay, what happens then if the older one dies? What happens to the younger one?
The younger one can live there in that house till their 150th birthday.
No, wait a minute. So if let's just say theoretically, if there's a big difference in a husband and wife, and one is 50, the other one is 70, and they die later on, that younger one can stay there.
The younger one can stay there, but when we have a younger spouse, non-borrowing spouse, and when they calculate how much money you can get, it's dramatically reduced because of the younger person.
Okay.
Because that younger person's going to get to live there till their 150th.
Right. So what we're saying is this. If you want to get the most money, you would not have a younger spouse on it.
True.
Now, if a younger spouse is not on it, and I'm assuming this time it's a man, usually they die first. But so let's say the man dies and the woman is not on the loan. What happens to her?
If she's not on the loan...
And she's any age.
If she's not on the loan, then the loan is due.
Yes.
And it's got to be paid off. It's got to be sold within
So like a
period of
regular
time.
loan, she has to sell it, the house, or she has to refi. Can she get a reverse loan?
If she's 62 at that time.
Yeah, okay. So, but the amount, let's say the house is upside down. She'll never have a deficiency. Right? No, she'll never have
Right, if she was on the initial loan. If she was a non-borrowing spouse on the initial loan.
Yeah, she'll never have to do that. Okay, all right. So she will not have to be responsible for the deficiency. I mean, no one is ever, let me get it straight though, no one's ever responsible for the deficiency, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Then the next question was, what is the qualification on credit?
Credit, they will tell you that there's no credit score, but they will look back for the 2 prior years. If you have been late on mortgage payments, property tax, or homeowner's insurance, then what they say is, we don't think you have the capacity or the willingness to pay. So when they do that reverse, they set aside an escrow. It's a required escrow.
On the loan balance.
For the rest of their life.
So they will draw out those payments for the rest of their life if they have poor credit.
They'll set aside, out of the equity that they're entitled to, they'll set aside so much in a pool, and when those amounts come due every year, they'll pay
So you get less money if you're not.
Exactly.
Otherwise.
But I've had people that have been excited to know that somebody's going to set aside and make their payments.
And they don't have to ever worry about it. So you could literally pay off your existing loan, or if it's paid off, you could set aside mortgage and taxes and insurance and never do anything. Just live in the house.
Right.
You would have to maintain it. They do want you to keep the house in good condition.
Correct.
Okay. That's approval reverse mortgage, 303-771-3528. 771-3528. And Steve, he works with clients all the time there, and he's also a CPA, and we'll have some good advice for you. Joe, you have a question on a property deed. What's going on, Joe?
Hello, Tom. Yeah, back in November 2021, I bought a house in Aurora, and I just discovered during the documentation signing, I added my daughter and her fiance to the property deed, and I'm wondering
why did you do that?
I don't know. I can't remember why. I don't know because they were going to live with me. I don't know why I put them down as.
Is this your biological daughter?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen. The only what is your question first, by the way?
What kind of issues or ramifications I'll have if, say, like I want to sell the house or he decides?
Well, they better all agree to it. I would take them off the deed right now, but here's the problem. In order to get them, I would absolutely take them off for any number of reasons, okay? The husband could get a lawsuit against him. I'm not talking about your biological daughter, but let's talk about the bum she married. He could divorce her and claim a piece of the house. I mean, you could have all kinds of issues. Even your daughter could do this. So here's what I would suggest. And you're going to ruin their basis when they inherit the house. Because when they inherit the house, if you die, they're inheriting your original basis. So let's say you want to stay in that house another 20 years. I don't know. How long do you want to stay there?
Yeah, probably another 20 years until, and then decide whether I want to sell it or.
Well,
return it
let me
over.
tell you now what you've done to yourself. If you did you want to leave it to your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. You've done the wrong thing because you've screwed her out of. What happens is if you live there 20 years, whatever that house is worth, she's going to have to pay any capital gain from the basis to what it's worth if she wants to sell it. If she wants to live there, she's still going to have to pay capital gains above whatever the exclusion is. So, if she's not on the deed, listen carefully, or she's on a beneficiary's deed, which only takes effect upon your death, then she gets what's called a step up in basis. On the day you die, that house value is her basis. It's presumably less than when you bought it, and so therefore if she sells it a week later, she's not going to have any taxes due. You really have to get her off. Now, here's what I want to know. Will they agree to be taken off?
I know she will, but as far as her fiance, I don't know.
They're not even married?
No, they're not. They're kind of cohabitating.
Are they going to get married?
They haven't talked about it.
Bro, you got a big problem here. You better talk nice and just say, look, here's what you say. I screwed the two of you out of a lot of money by putting you on the deed. We need to quit claim the house from all of us to just me and get that recorded. Then, listen carefully, then I will do a beneficiary's deed that automatically transfers when I die. Don't say who you're going to do it. Just say you're going to do a beneficiary deed that automatically transfers to you guys when I die. As soon as they sign the quitclaim deed to get it out of their name into yours, you can do the beneficiary's deed to your daughter only.
Okay.
Okay, but is this guy smart, sophisticated? Is he a money grubber? What is he?
Yeah, I would say more or less he's kind of like a money grubber. I think once he realizes he's on the property deed, he may decide he wants out, or I don't know. I don't know if I'd have to.
You
buy
mean
him
he doesn't know he's on it?
No, he doesn't know it. I just found out actually when I got my property assessment. I called inquiring about it, and that's when I found out.
Well, you can say this. Listen, here's what you say. If accidentally I screwed you guys out of a lot of money because I meant to leave this house to you when I die, but now you're on the deed, which means you don't get the benefit of a tax benefit. Just, explain that. Just in general. Don't go through, And it's going to really hurt you, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. And also, it makes you responsible for all my taxes and everything. So what I'd like to do is just deed it back to me alone and let me put you on a beneficiary deed that automatically transfers to you on my death, and then you're not responsible for any of the bills. Because then this guy might think, oh, I don't want to be responsible for bills. So you might want to put it in that way, okay? Go back and listen to this recording if you need the wording. And I'm not giving you legal advice. This is deadbeat son-in-law, future son-in-law advice. If he gives you any trouble whatsoever, you say, listen, pal, if you're on this deed, you're paying the taxes with me, okay? So then you get hard. But first, do the soft approach and call us back.
Okay. So for a quick claim, I can just Google them on.
We got to take a break, Tom.
Listen carefully. You need a title company or somebody that knows what they're doing to do a quitclaim deed, because it must be quitclaim from whoever owns it now, which is you, her, and him. Those three quitclaim it to you. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you know enough, you can fill it out and take it to a title company and say, is this correct? But, man, then you file it with the county. Who'd you buy? Did you have a real estate person when you bought the house?
I did, yes.
Ask them to help you. I got to take a break. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Busy day for road crews throughout the Denver Metro for that noon hour. North of downtown I-25 southbound, road work continues between I-76 and I-70. About 20 minutes of delayed driving through the scene to the downtown area. Just south of there, the westbound, we're still looking at...
Tom, you got about 30 seconds here, and Kel would like to make sure that you know that she's got Kurt Rogers for ya.
Roadwork, Hampton southbound at Inca Street, slow traffic back from South Galapagos. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, seeing some clouds roll in with an overall high of 80 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 52. The current temperature in Denver, 78 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Kickstart your imagination with Audible.
10 seconds, good sir.
Mystery, true crime, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
The oldest home improvement company and the most trusted K&H Home Solutions. I've been with them for like 45 years. They're 65 years old, man. I knew the original owner. I knew Ted. I know Lee, the current owner. You can trust these people for great warranties, great products, great prices, and great everything. I'm telling you, I know them firsthand, and I love the fact that they carry on the heritage no matter who owns them. And right now, concentrate on this, maintenance-free products. You can get siding for no maintenance, beautiful windows with no maintenance, elegant siding and windows. And you know what else? And by the way, I've had them on my homes. You get 15% off roofing right now. That's khwindows.com for details, 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100. Now, speaking of fixing up and sprucing up your home, how about Garage Kings? Oh, I love Garage Kings. Why? They do garage floor coatings. Oh, my God, I'm so anal. I love that. I love the beautiful finished look it gives to your sidewalks, your garage, your shop, your patios, your pool decks, your garage aprons, whatever you want, the guaranteed lowest price, no money down ever. And then, listen to this, a beautiful lifetime guarantee. 720-252-0370. 720-252-0370, GarageKings.com. All right.
Woo!
How much time do I have?
3.
Okay, I'm going to go out for pizza.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 minutes gives me all the time to fucking whirl.
That's an eternity.
You know, I will tell you this. Time is relative.
Uh-huh.
When I'm on
like an exercise or when I'm doing a plank, let's say,
Yes.
and the timer's on for 2 minutes,
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, I can count down like I'm thinking, oh my God, how much time is left? Or 4 minutes or whatever it is.
Yep.
And when there's like 30 seconds left, I'll go 29,
Uh-huh.
28,
Uh-huh.
27. And I look
And
up.
it goes back up to 28 and 29.
I look up and I'm saying, I know I'm not counting slow. I mean, fast. I mean, it's like the longest 3 or 4 minutes I've ever spent in my life.
Yep.
Pretty much. Hey, Tom, I have Kurt on there if you
Got
saw.
it. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody that thinks time flies has never done a plank.
And then, during during commercials, it's all relative like that. Sometimes if I'm eating pizza, the breaks are short.
Right. Here you go, buddy. 15 seconds.
Got it.
Is your time. Take it. If you or someone you love is suffering, call 720-797-8717. The Raleigh House is here to help.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, and I love doing what I do because I help you. You help me as well. And some of the people that help me are my experts. Kurt Rogers, for example, he's an expert. He does the liquid loan. And I was telling somebody about the liquid loan. And we had a discussion. And I said, look at it this way. You take out the loan, and you offset it by whatever you have in the bank with the same bank. It's that simple. You make the same amount of interest on the money you have with them as your loan is generating. So it's like that much of the loan is gone. Is that a simple way of putting it, Kurt?
It's quite simple the way you explained it. You're offsetting the payment because you paid the loan down, so you're paying less money with money you have access to. So yes.
Now someone else asked this. They said, what is the most you like? I never asked you about this. How much do you go up to? Like if they have a $3 million house or whatever, like how much do you go up to?
I think the last count was 3.5.
Okay, so and another question I got, and I was touting this to people who were asking or were considering getting HELOCs, and so it just happened to be two different people. So loan to value, one wanted to know, what's the highest loan to value? 80%?
90.
You can do 90? Now, is there a higher rate, obviously, when you go 90?
No, the rate doesn't change. The difference in the 90%, it's not for cash out. It's for either rate term refinance or for the purchase.
I don't get it. So you can do 90%, but you can't take 90% cash out.
No, 80% cash out.
Okay, 80% cash. Okay, next question then. How do you qualify? And this is what I couldn't answer. They wanted to know if it's harder or easier to qualify for. And I remember you say something about cash or assets. Can you explain how to qualify? I think they're listening.
Okay, one of the advantages that this loan has, it's designed for people that are financially disciplined, which means if you've got money in a 401k or stocks or bonds or an IRA or even Bitcoin, if you have that, they will count that as income.
For what? For the first year or for the second year or for what?
For all of it. And just to be round numbers, let's say you have $120,000 in an account. They will give you $1,000 a month income for that. They don't want the money. They just show that you have it.
Now, why $1,000 a month? Why? How do they? If it's 120, how does that become $1,000 a month?
They divide whatever you have in liquid reserves by 120 months.
Oh, always by 120. Okay. I see. I got it.
They give you $2,000.
So assets divided by 120. Is it only cash assets, or can you have other kinds of assets?
It has to be liquid to where it's reachable for any kind of 401k, IRAs, stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, stuff like that. Cash value life insurance. They'll count that.
Okay. But it has to be liquid. Not a car.
It has to be liquid.
Not art.
No,
none of that.
Nope. Not jewelry. Now, you can have gold and silver, and you can have gold bullion, and they'll get a value of that, a certified value of that, and then they'll count that.
That is so weird, okay? But then, of course, regular income as well to qualify, right?
That's correct.
And what are they looking for income when you get a loan? Like, is there a certain formula? Or first of all, what about loan-to-debt ratio and all that?
Their debt-to-income ratios is pretty much standard with what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac do across the board. They're a little bit lower. Instead of 45%, they're at 43%. But when you start adding assets into that, that number's not that hard to reach.
So tell me what you mean by that. Like you want to see a 43% debt-to-income ratio?
Yes, that's what they want to see.
And that includes the cash assets?
That's correct.
Okay, now that's not that hard. Oh, okay. Now, but what about FICOs?
700. They don't have a 700, 720, 740, 760. It's not 700. They don't have hits like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have come out with higher credit scores. They charge you more. They don't have those. They don't.
So if you have 650, you can't get it. If you have 700, you can.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's been what else? Okay. Now these are people listening, considering this loan. What else do people ask that you think is critical?
A lot of people will ask the question, it comes out as, it's too good to be true. How is the bank making any money on this? Because everything is geared towards the consumer when you're looking at the assets they count, and if you move those assets, they lower your payoff, which lowers your payment, but you still have access to them. That's all tax-free. They just say they've never heard of such a thing. But the reason this loan is so good for the bank, which makes it good for you because of the benefits of it, is there's no cost to the loan to the bank. They don't have foreclosures. They don't have late fees. They don't have people chasing you because there's only been one foreclosure since 1999. You don't miss a pay. You're unemployed. It still makes your payments.
All right, Kurt. I appreciate that. By the way, affordable interest mortgage, 720-895-0500. You've answered all of their questions. Appreciate it. More coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verizon.
Lots of road work throughout the Denver Metro for the noon hour. I-25 southbound construction continues between I-76 and I-70 with stop-and-go traffic back from Highway 36. For this time of day, only about 2 minutes of delayed driving into the downtown area. South of there, I-70 westbound road work continues between York and Washington with slow traffic back from Dahlia and Monaco. On the south end of town, Hampton southbound roadwork at Inca Street. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, fair skies out there, partly cloudy. We are expecting highs in the low 80s this afternoon with scattered thunderstorms throughout the foothills and metro area. The current temperature in Denver is 78 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Ready to take control of...
You're up next, Tom. 10 seconds.
Turn to a Verizon store, because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
Please don't let your insurance company call a restoration company when you have a property catastrophe, a fire, a flood, asbestos, black mold, unattended death, a meth lab, whatever it is that happens to your property. Don't let your insurance company pick the company. They pick quick and dirty. Don't go to the internet and just find someone. You need someone to do the job right, because once your insurance pays, they're done, and you're stuck with a mess if you don't have the right company. So who's the right company, you may ask? American Restoration 24/7. I've known Rock and his crew for many, many years. This guy is solid. He has a solid team. They can mitigate dangerous substances and materials almost immediately within a few hours. They can help you get rid of water and waste and sewage, and then they can also help you rebuild to the extent you want. Call them. AmRest is the short number, 8337 AmRest, A-M-R-E-S-T, 8337 AmRest. That's 8337 AmRest. Harris Family Law. What do I love about them? I love that tonight you're going to get a webinar free of charge on a very important topic concerning family law. They do all of their family law webinars online, and then they save them for you to look at whenever you want. So you can do it live or do an archive. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars for any topic you need. And that's free. harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. You heard earlier on the show possibly O'Brien Legal Services weighing in on a disclosure issue for real estate. There are experts. Yeah, we wanted to know, should they disclose this? Did they disclose this? What about this? What about that? Owner financing? What about buying a house with someone who's not your husband or wife? What kind of contracts? You know, looking over contracts before a closing. All of that will keep you out of trouble. O'Brien Legal Services. Here's the number, okay? 720-370-7388. A few $100 saves you thousands. 720-370-7388. The website, olslaw.com.
With
dum da dum 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 da dum dum dum.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I didn't tell my Home Depot story.
Damn it!
Oh my God! They stopped me for shoplifting.
Really? You criminal, you!
I'm going to tell you about it.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah?
we're getting people that want your Home Depot story.
I know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in the 1 o'clock hour. I promise I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I will. You got to remind me, Kelly. And by the way, when you remind me, it doesn't have to be off the air. You can come on and say, Tom, you promised to tell us this, because sometimes I have brain farts.
Okay.
Wait, they're not supposed to be able to stop you. You can just walk out with the
Oh, no,
stuff.
no. And they demanded payment.
What?
Listen.
They don't do that anymore.
No.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. We were shocked. Wait till you hear the story.
You thief, you.
Oh, my God.
Total thief.
And it was totally unintentional, but wait till you hear. I said, wait a minute. And really, I'm not kidding. There was a guy walking out with a cart. You think I'm kidding?
No.
He had a flatbed orange cart. Out the door.
Then they stopped you.
And the alarms. Boop, boop, boop.
Alarms for the other guy, too?
Yeah. No, not for me.
Oh, not for you. For
I
the
didn't
other
even
guy.
get to the door.
Oh. But they stopped you.
Yep.
Huh.
You think I'm kidding?
You do look like a criminal.
I think that's some
those-
sort of discrimination.
Those shifty eyes.
It's got to be some sort of discrimination. We got to think of something.
Because he's Italian? Hey, oh,
Yeah, there you go.
hey. Oh.
Talk show host?
Ha ha ha.
It's because you didn't have a piece of pizza in your hand.
La 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 la.
All right, 15 seconds there, Tom.
Alone.
They're trying to control how we think, our finances, our food.
What can we do to say enough is enough already, and we're not taking this anymore?
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Okay. I'm going to give my Home Depot story in the next hour, I promise, and Kelly's going to remind me. Going, honest to God, this story is unbelievable how I was halted from shoplifting. Unintentional. Wait, but yet a guy with a flat cart, orange, took, oh my God. I mean, it's like, so who do they stop? Oh, wait till you hear. And why? Mike, what's going on?
Hello.
Hi,
How you
Mike.
doing?
What's going on, man?
So I got a Craigslist question. I think it sounds kind of sketchy, and I just wanted to run it by you.
If it's Craigslist, it probably is. Go ahead.
Well, I put this bed on Craigslist Denver. I get an email from a guy in New York who wants to send me a money order,
of course,
or a cashier's check, and then he says, "But I'll put an extra $50 on
Of
there until
course.
you find out that it's clear."
Yeah.
What is that about?
Okay. Every single time, and I don't mean maybe, I mean every single time someone offers you more money than you're asking, it's a scam. Every single time. Now, why is that? Because he wants you to send money back to him, right? Is that what he said?
No, he says, "I'll send you a cashier's check. You cash it, and I'll give you an extra $50 to hold the bed for me, and I'll send movers to get it once you have cashed it."
Okay. That's probably true
Still
then.
seems weird. Why would he buy a bed? Why would he buy a bed?
Well, first of all, he's not from New York. Second of all, there's a reason. The movers are going to take the bed and the payment's going to bounce, or he's going to ask for the overpayment back, or he's going to get your routing information and account information from the check, and he's going to steal money from you. I guarantee you it's a fraud. Most of the time they want the money back, and that's the fraud. Or you have to pay the movers. They're going to say, hold on, we got to pay the movers, so I'm going to put extra money in it. Hold on.
Any room with cabinets should be beautiful and...
He can hold. I want to talk to him.
Hang on, Mike, for me through.
I want to talk to him because there's a moving scam, too, where the movers come and he pays the moving.
Right, the movers are going to show up and going, hey,
Yep.
we haven't been paid.
Yeah,
No, what
exactly.
they're going to say is he's going to say, oh, you know what? I forgot. My movers have to be paid, so I'm going to put $250 in it. Another $50 for you, and then $200 for the movers.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody. Hey, top of the hour. Water time.
Water!
All right, I'll be right back, sir.
All right, go for it.
In that hour's time I have.
Yeah, right? And large. I really appreciate you, good sir. Let's get you. All right, pauses are all in place. You're all good set there with bumper music and crap. They did have a hiccup with Tom's internet in the noon hour, so I didn't get to experience, excuse me, in the 11 o'clock hour, so I didn't get to experience. It's been solid. But yeah, just say, hey, Kelly, it's your show. Start talking. It'll freak her out.
Yeah.
You're up here, ready to roll, and you're already logged in for the screener. You need anything from me, buddy? I appreciate you, good sir. Thank you very much for that. Alright, have fun, buddy.
Language is learned. RosettaStone.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
There's more information on how expensive your electric utilities and other bills are going to be under the Polis Green Energy Plan. We'll talk about it. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, who will do a free market valuation for your home, and it will be complete with the comps and the neighborhood and the supply and demand, the interest rates and inflation and what it's all doing and what he can sell it for, and it's free, no obligation. 303-920-1622. And by the way, don't forget iHeart Radio Access Day tomorrow, and Frank's going to have a screaming deal, like almost half commission for people who call. So keep that in mind. Now, listen, I'm going to tell the Home Depot story, but Mike, I left off with him at the last hour. I just want to finish this up. And this Home Depot story to me is unbelievable. Just to me it is. What happened to me? I don't know. Maybe I look like a thief and they stop. I don't know. Maybe they don't like me or something. But I often contended that not everyone can get away with stealing. Anyway, Mike, I'm going to tell you something. You put a bet on Craigslist, you get a call. First of all, you never know where you get the call from. You don't know if it's from New York or where it's from. But here are the three ways they access you. Okay, number one, here's the three scams, most common. They overpay you on purpose, and then they say they're going to give you an extra $50. But what might happen is he might send you the actual cashier's check, which is fake, and he's going to send it for extra $500. Then he's going to call you back and say, Mike, I made a mistake. I was supposed to give you an extra $50, but I put an extra zero and gave you an extra $500. Could you please send back the $450? That's one way. Then you send it back and find out that the cashier's check is bad. The second way is he simply gets access to your bank account, routing and account number, and then in that way he steals your money. He just puts a draft through. Number three way he does it is to say, oh, by the way, I forgot I have movers coming to your house to get the bed. I need to pay them, so I'm going to send you a cashier's check to pay them, or I'm going to put more money in here to pay them. And then I'll put an extra $50 for you, Mike, and then I'll put an extra $200 for the movers. Could you please pay the movers? But make sure the check cashes. So these two guys show up, and they take $200 and take the bed, and you're done. Or they take the $200, say, we'll be right back for the bed. Our truck is around the corner, and you never see them again. So those are the three ways they're going to rip you off. And it's a guarantee, okay? Guaranteed you're going to be ripped off. Guaranteed. Now, the cashier's check. He said, wait till it's cashed. When is the cashier's check cashed? Tell me, Mike, when? When do you think it's cashed?
I don't know. I thought you'd take it to the bank and cash it out.
Right. So you're taking it to your bank, and you're cashing it out. What your bank is doing, they sometimes will give you cash on that. Sometimes they won't. They give you what's called provisional credit. The law says when somebody deposits a check, banks must give provisional credit within a few days. Provisional credit means exactly what it sounds like. You're getting money on a provisional basis. If it turns out that it's not genuine, you're responsible. That's provisional credit. But you get the money. Now, some people think, okay, that's great. Now, what happens is the cashier's check is bad or drawn on someone else's account. So in some cases, it actually does go through and cashes, but it's cashed on someone else's account without them knowing it. It's a genuine account, but it's a forged check. Sometimes it's not even an account. Sometimes it's one digit off, and those are the worst ones, because if it's one digit off from a legit number. It goes into a dead file, and sometimes you don't find out that it is a bad check for 3 to 6 months. It's a cashier's check is trash. It means nothing. Here's the only time a cashier's check means something. If someone had called me and said, Tom, I want to give you a cashier's check for that, here's what I would say to them. All right, what bank is it drawn on? They give you the name of the bank, right? Okay, you say, okay, I will take this cashier's check if you meet me at the bank and we'll cash it, or I'll go to the bank it's drawn on, and you sit there and say, here's a cashier's check I was given from one of your customers. Here's a picture of that person on the cell phone. Here is the check. I want a bank check. So you don't take cash, you take a bank check right then made out from that bank. But most of the time, not some of the time, most of the time cashier's checks are used for scams now because they're so easy to duplicate. So I would never ever accept a cashier's check for anything. I want cash if I can verify it's not counterfeit. Of course, there's ways of doing that. Or I want an ACH payment, and I want it into a special account that I can close after I take the money out. I swear to God. There are so many scams, you actually have to be this careful. The other one is a wire. And sometimes wires, you ask your bank, if they wire me, can it be reversed ever? And if not, then take a wire. That's fine. But the problem with a wire is you have to give your account information to them. And later on, a few months from now, they can take your account information, the routing number and the account number, and they can make an ACH draft from your account. By the way, I recently put a lock on all ACHs on my accounts because it's becoming so ridiculous. I swear to God, everyone listening, you can simply take anybody's account number and routing number right now and take any amount of money you want. They never ask questions. It's the biggest loophole in banking is an ACH transfer. So anyway, that's my spiel on this whole thing. Don't accept it. That's it.
Use Venmo?
What's that? Venmo is good. Venmo is good if you draw the money out of Venmo first. Get it out of there. But you must make sure, but Venmo can go and claw back money. So I don't even love Venmo. But again, there's nothing, the only fail-safe is to have a special phantom account just for this kind of stuff. Never leave money in it. And then do your business with wire or ACH. Okay, thank you.
I already told that guy to go. Before the last break, I told that guy to go pound sand because I knew where you were going, and I appreciate the info.
No, thank you very much for calling. Now let's talk about Home Depot. Okay, I want to tell you a story, true story. On this very same day, right next to me, thieves. But I was stopped. Why is that? Okay, I went shopping, and I needed to buy some stuff. And I was shopping, and my stepson needed a cue for his garage so he knew how far to back up. And I said to him, don't get complicated. Let's just take a plastic chain and hang it from the ceiling. And when that plastic chain on this pickup truck, if it hits as soon as it touches the back window of your pickup, we'll make it where it's perfect. That's just a side story. Is why I wanted white plastic chain, clearly visible. You know, you forget the tennis ball crap and all that. You just put a white plastic chain. Now, here's the thing, and it won't scratch the car. So I asked the guy at Home Depot for 5 feet of white plastic chain, which he gave me. Then we bought some other stuff, hooks and different things for different things. We go to self-checkout, and we're checking out, and then he told me to take a picture of the SKU for the white chain. That's how they do it now. And then you can just scan the SKU and put in your footage. But the scan gun would not take the skew from my phone for the chain. And there was no place for me to enter a skew number. So, as soon as I tried to scan that, the red light went on, and it said, help, assistance, customer needs assistance. So I'm at the self-checkout, customer needs assistance. And this one nice lady, she really was nice. She's about, I would say, 23 years old, 24. She comes over and says, what's up? And I said, oh, we bought this stuff here, but this won't scan. I don't know how to enter the SKU. And she says, oh, let's see. She took my phone, she could read the numbers, and she punched in the SKU. And she said, how many feet do you have? And I said, 5 feet. I asked the guy for 5 feet. Now, I swear to God, so she says, hold on a second. She goes out and gets a measurement, and they measure the chain. The chain was 5 feet, 6 inches. She comes over, no, it's 5 feet, 7 inches. She calls someone over, and they say, sir, you're going to have to pay for that extra 7 inches. I swear to God. And I said, do you see that guy over there walking out with a whole cart? I said, I could have walked out with the whole effing cart, but I'm here paying right now. And you're bugging me about 7 inches, and I didn't even ask for him. I asked for 5 feet, and the guy made a little pad. Maybe they all do that. I don't know. Call him over. Ask him. Well, you're going to have to put it back. Do you think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I swear to God I'm not kidding. So you either pay for the extra 7 inches or put it back. And they wouldn't look at the guy stealing. How does that happen? How does that happen? Do I have a face that says, hate this guy, screw this guy, he's trying to get away with 7 inches? 7 inches of white chain. Do you know what that cost? Pennies. Pennies. They actually had to call someone to tell me, sir, you're going to have to put that back or pay for it. I paid for everything else. I was paying for 5 feet of chain. She went and measured it and called somebody. They had to have a powwow. This was a big deal at Home Depot. This was a big deal. I was trying to steal 5 inches of white chain. Or at least they insinuated that. And then told me I had to put it all back. And I said, do you realize I could have walked out like that guy with the whole cart? I could have just walked right out. And they said, well, we can't condone stealing. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? I swear, now every word is true. We can't condone stealing. Oh, she said, from our own store. I'm sorry. We can't condone stealing from our own store. And I said, I don't even know what that meant. So I'd like to know what people think about that. What the hell do you think about that? Do I just have a face that says he's a gangster, kill him, get him? Or he doesn't need to steal? Come on. I had old clothes on. Nobody knew who the hell I was. I mean, come on, people. 7 inches of white chain. I can see the mugshot right now. Well, you're going to have to put it back. Because I said I wanted 5. And I said, cut off the extra. And you know what they said? We can't do that. It's already been cut. So there I am. Put it all back or pay for the extra 7 inches that I didn't want. It's not such a big deal to pay for it, which I ended up doing. But God did it grate me the wrong way. Because there's a guy in the store stealing. Stealing! And I was accused of trying to take 5 goddamn inches, 7 inches. Bye. We got more coming up.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full. Too many maiden names. And social security numbers. Where'd you find those? By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
All right. Zero Res Denver is coming to my house when Thursday. Oh my God, that's tomorrow to do my carpets. I love it. I get excited because I love this softened extra, whatever it is, energized water. I call it great cleaning because they don't use soap or emulsifiers. Man, my carpets hardly feel wet when they're done, and they're so clean they look like new, and they stay clean longer because there's no dirt attracting residue. Zero residue, zero res. Zero Res Denver, $33 a room. Man, you can't do better. That's why I'm using them. You should too. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com. Now, here's a company I hope I never need, but I do refer them out to a lot of people. That's American Restoration 24/7, because they mitigate dangerous substances, you know, like if you have a sewer backup, yuck, or if you have like any kind of black mold or asbestos, or if you had a fire, a flood, or whatever you need mitigated. They come in and stop the damage first, then they extract all of the other dangerous stuff, or water, even unattended death, even, you know, stuff like that. They come in to your property and try to make it like new, taking away all the dangerous stuff, and then they help you rebuild to the extent you want, or you can use someone else to rebuild. But American Restoration is the company to call for a catastrophe. Don't let your insurance company pick the company. You pick the company. You pick the right company right away, because they're the ones that do it the right way. Your insurance company pays once and won't pay again, so make sure it's the right company. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. That's AM-REST. Or amrest247.com.
When interest rates rise, it's not all bad. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, helping you understand why now is the time to purchase an annuity. Annuities are the only products that will guarantee you an income you can't outlive. It's those guarantees that are tied to Treasury rates. And as we know, those rates are at 40-year highs. If you're in or within 10 years of retirement, use this to your advantage. This is exactly why it's possible to receive up to a 25% upfront bonus for income, and why it is possible to receive up to 10% per year for income growth. It's because of the high interest rates. Don't let anyone tell you it's not true, but also don't wait. Interest rates and these guarantees will eventually come down. Call 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300. Or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Guarantees are based on claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Windows and Doors. How about finally getting those old drafty windows and doors done right? Call us for details on our spectacular financing specials. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com to set up your rock-solid quote.
Mickey Mouse versus Florida. Want the pure legal analysis? What is the legal breakdown of all this? Listen to our podcast, Legal Anatomy of Current Events. We teach you Legal Anatomy of Current Events on your favorite platform.
How about this plumb crazy match made in heaven? Buy a new Carrier AC and get a new Carrier furnace free. A deal for any budget. Only from Plumline Services and Carrier. Turn to the experts. From Castle Rock to Longmont, Plumline's been earning our trust since '98 with a spirit of excellence. Service at home, servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money printing. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. It is critical to protect your retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word Safeguard to 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. Text the word Safeguard to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Partly to mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday with highs right about the low 80s. Then we've got a good chance for some showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon and this evening. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Hey, DQ fans, the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard treat is here. That's a delectable combination of Brookie and Oreo cookie pieces blended together in world-famous soft serve. You get all that in just one treat, and that treat is waiting for you only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino here. You want the guaranteed lowest price on air conditioning replacement? 888heating.com. For, of course, their brand, and they have great brands. Apples to apples. The same job, the lowest price guarantee. 303-770-2776 for AC. 770-2776. 888heating.com. Rich has a comment on car registration. Go ahead, Rich. What's happening?
Tom, I like your white chain Home Depot story. I was just thinking too. My bugaboo is I'm a paying citizen that pays my car registrations every year, but I can drive around and see car after car with expired temp tags, either a year or longer, and that just.
You know, that is so true, Rich. And I'm going to tell you something. We used to accuse police of profiling, and now they do profile. They profile people that should not be bothered. And those are people perceived to be either illegally in the country or from some minority or some gang or some problem or something where they don't want to be accused of being hateful. We have become a country now so afraid. And by the way, I agree we shouldn't be hateful. And we should not be stopping people on purpose. We should not because of what they look like. However, it doesn't mean we should exclude them either. And I have seen more junkers and more cars driving around that they're so obviously illegal. I've even seen ones without tags, Rich. Yet you and I will get tickets for being 30 days past due. So,
oh, yes.
Yeah, I know. That's life, isn't it? That's life. And I swear to God,
yes, it is.
We are in upside down world. That's what we are in. I used to play that when I was a kid, opposite world. Yes means no and no means yes. We are in opposite crazy world. That's what we're in. And when I heard from someone who was training at the TSA, hand to God, here's what he was told. Now, when you see someone who is Middle Eastern looking and suspicious, or if they have turbans or they're wearing, you know, garb, do not single them out ever. We want you to stop soccer moms and teenage boys and girls and cheerleaders and all of that. We want you. We do not want to appear to be profiling. So here's what I want to know. Has there ever in a million years ever been a hijacker or a bomb threat to a plane ever that has not been either a Middle Eastern male or someone?
Yes, Tom, there has.
What?
I'm sure there has.
Tell me.
How about the guy with the shoe?
Okay. And did you see the way he looked? What I'm saying is this. Okay, has there ever been a grandmother or a soccer mom? Let's put it that way. Has there ever been a young cheerleader? Has there ever been anyone that they were told to stop on purpose so they don't appear to be hateful? Has there ever been anyone like that?
Right.
Trust me, I'm not suggesting that we single anyone out, but for God's sakes, we should not protect anyone either because we're afraid of being called hateful. That is why they're saying that we should not stop shoplifters and we should not stop people who are committing crimes because it is hateful. I mean, come on, I think shoplifting is hateful. Now listen, granted, if somebody is stealing food, I have a whole different ballgame on that. A whole different thing. If someone truly needs food, I don't care if they steal food. I really don't. I don't know how to discern if they're hungry or not. I don't know how to do that. But the point I'm getting at is this. I don't think profiling one way or the other is good. I don't think trying to run society on protecting feelings is right either. If someone is a criminal, they're a criminal. If someone is not, they are not. We should not assume anyone is a criminal, nor should we assume that anyone can't be a criminal. We need to simply let reality be our barometer. Reality. That's right. Not society's preferences. If we don't want a lot of people of color arrested and in trouble, that's a good thing, then we should help people the real way, with opportunity and with all of that. We should not simply not look at crime that they commit. The same way with white people, if they commit crime and white-collar crime. Prosecute the bastards. But we should not single out groups not to prosecute or not to go after. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just let reality be its basis. Why is it that we have become a society so afraid of being called hateful or being called exclusionary or whatever that we are blinded? We are totally blinded to reality. Totally. If someone breaks the law, they break the law. If they don't break the law, they don't break the law. That easy. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter what ethnicity. It doesn't matter what income bracket. If they're criminals, they're criminals. If they're not, they're not. It's that simple. And the ones who can be helped, drug addicts, people of experiencing insanity, not homelessness, but insanity, people who need help, help people. You don't help people by changing the outcome. You don't change people by saying, we're not going to arrest, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do this. You help people by getting to them before that happens. And there's only one thing, and that's opportunity. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, they won't seize opportunity. If you give them opportunity, they won't take it. How do we know? We've never done it. We need to give people true opportunity. I don't mean I mean true, honest-to-God opportunity to better themselves with a true hope of bettering themselves. If we do that, we have to try to be equal when it comes to opportunity, not when it comes to outcome. You don't give people money. You don't give people anything. And you don't protect people from arrest. You don't protect people. What you do is go into the neighborhoods and you take people from a very early age and let them know that they can have the same opportunity as Buffy and Jody in Highlands Ranch. We have more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by History Colorado. Lots of busy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour into downtown. I-25 southbound, watch for minor delays between I-76 and Spear Boulevard. Recent road work has been all cleared up. We're still seeing traffic pick back up. Speaking of road work, out east to Aurora, I-225 southbound, pothole repairs in the 2 middle lanes between I-70 and Colfax. About 11 minutes of delayed driving for folks heading south of DIA. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, clouds rolling in. We're looking at highs in the low 80s today, overnight low of 52, and today throughout the rest of the week, chance of scattered thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 79 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Experience Indigenous futurism exclusively at History Colorado. World-renowned artist Virgil Ortiz combines augmented reality, sculpture, fashion, and video mapping to interpret history. Get tickets today at historycolorado.org.
Okay, if you are interested in estate planning, and you should be for wills and trusts and probate, facing probate or avoiding probate. You heard that one guy transfer or put his kids on his daughter and son-in-law on that stupid deed and just destroyed what he was trying to do. You need really a law firm like Harris Family Law. Yeah, they do family law, but they also do estate law. Don't transfer your house on your own. Don't try to do it before you die. Don't try to do any planning like that. You're going to do it wrong. You need the services of a law firm like Harris Family Law, who does estate planning. 303-515-5000. Hey, if you want a price on a countertop right now, call the Art of Granite. Tell them what you want, the material, because they do more than granite. They do any solid surface, any stone, any engineered stone, natural, engineered. And listen to this. What they're going to do is they're going to give you a price on the phone that's pretty damn close. You give them square footage. You give them an idea. They also tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. theartofgranite.com. And by the way, as a show note, the guy that called yesterday and said, my mom tried to do it and they wouldn't do the bathroom, it wasn't even the Art of Granite. We found that out and verified it. The idiot was talking about Granite Depot. The Art of Granite is genuine in what they say, and we have never had a complaint. theartofgranite.com. Call and get your price. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility
Kevin with
derail your
Subaru.
retirement.
What the hell was that one?
That was earlier today, the Subaru a Crosstrack.
That's
all
Caleb,
the issues
right?
that he had with Groove.
It was Caleb's.
Kevin also had a Subaru, but I think it was an Impreza.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I don't have a Kevin down here. I don't know why. I just...
You know why? Because it was the two people who called, him and his wife were both on about
okay, let's see.
He might have the name wrong because I think he's thinking of the person who called in about the movers. So I'm going to say it's probably Caleb.
It doesn't matter. Whatever he has, it's fine. Good. Okay.
It's probably Caleb's, though, because I think he's confused that Kevin was the guy with his wife that had the moving issue that really didn't amount to an issue.
Yeah, but also Kevin Calkin was on the Subaru call.
That's true.
He could be all mixed up. Doesn't matter.
But he's basically commenting on the Subaru issue.
All right.
That's basically the gist of it. He had similar problems, but he has a Nissan. Hey, Tom, did we lose Steve?
Did we what?
Did we lose Steve from the mortgage? Not affordable interest, but...
oh, no, he left.
Okay.
He left. Yeah, he had to leave.
He did? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Got it, yeah. He was appreciative. We did a lot.
Well, we're slow right now. Do you want me to get an expert on?
Let's see. Right now, I got enough to talk about for a little while, but, we're not hurting.
Okay.
But thanks for asking. But
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
If you or someone you love is suffering, call 720-797-8717. The Raleigh House is here to help.
Got hail damage? Call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400.
Listen closely.
Nancy, will we see you on the People's Picket Line? We need you there.
Or a picket line might sound like a pickup line.
Oh, I have been waiting for a pickup line, yes.
Dan Caplis, afternoons at 4 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Hey, Bob Smith just texted me. He's right. They often give you more than you ask for at Home Depot. They cut a little buffer. Like this guy said, he bought a piece of carpet. He asked for 4 feet. He got 4 feet 4 inches on purpose, but 4 feet was written on the paper. That's what he did for us. They always do that. I have never seen them go to the penny. So they go and they cut it. So if you didn't hear my Home Depot story, you might want to hit rewind on one of these podcasts and listen to it. Dave, what's happening, Dave? Go ahead. You have a comment on the Subaru earlier today. The Subaru the guy called in about, Caleb said it's a 2016 Crosstrack. He went into Groove for normal maintenance for a bunch of different things. And then one thing led to another, and they left an air bubble in his cooling system, which caused an overheating and a warping of the heads, and now he needs a new engine. However, according to him, Groove did agree to replace the engine. What is your comment?
So I'm not so sure he really needs an engine, because a lot of the problems he described, I've experienced. I had a Acura and a Nissan Pathfinder. I'll talk about the fluid first.
Yeah.
I had a company change my fluid, and then I had problems with the heating and such. And it would, certain times when you're idling, it would be hot or not hot, and when you're going, it would be hot or not hot. So when I did some research and found that when you have air in your coolant system, the best way to deal with that is basically park your car cold on an incline with the front of the car facing up. Doesn't have to be a steep incline, just like a driveway or something. And you open the radiator cap and you run the car until the thermostat opens up. If you start to see the fluid go down, you can have 50-50 mix. You got to make sure it matches your car manufacturer's specs and such. But it took me about 20 minutes, because you had to wait for several cycles for the fluid to top off. But if it's full and you park on an incline, you're and then you turn the car on, and when the thermostat opens, if the water goes down, you obviously aren't full. So you got to sort of kind of burp the system.
Man, you would think after all this time of having cars, they would have an easier system to fill coolant and get the air out.
Well, like your tech said, if they use the right equipment and they do it right and they test it afterwards, everything's good. But this took me a long time, almost a full season, to figure out. I was getting ready to replace my fluids all by myself, or take it into the shop to figure out what's wrong with it. And I just started doing some research before I started to jump the shark and spend a lot of money. I got a 2012 Pathfinder with 6,000 miles. And that fixed the problem. I've never had the problem again. Here works great. Air conditioner works great. Now, as far as the other problem...
By the way, let me ask you something, Dave. Wait, Dave, hold on a second. When you heat up your car to where the thermostat opens around 190 degrees, let's say, when you turn it off, can you add coolant to that? There's nothing wrong with adding coolant to a hot engine like that?
Well, what you do is you add it while it's running, so you can monitor that you're not overfilling it.
Okay.
So you got to have the cap open, but you got to open it when it's cold, because if you do it when you're hot, you might as well make an appointment with the emergency room. because it can spray. Just like if you.
No, I understand that, but if you open it, what I'm not getting at is, okay, never mind. I see what you. So you're monitoring it while it's running, though. That's what you just said. But isn't it hot when it's running and you have the cap off, right?
Yeah, so you're not building pressure, so it's not dangerous unless you put your face in there or put your.
I know. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay. I didn't realize if you run it while it's open, it doesn't spew out, does it?
No, because you're not building pressure. But the trick is you got to have a little incline. If you don't have an incline, you can put it up on a couple of lamps that you can pick up at the hardware store. But the other thing that I had, when they changed the battery, he started having problems. Oh boy, did that hit home! For 2 years. And I'm gonna digress a little bit.
Well, not too much, because I don't have a lot of time. But what does the battery have? A new battery have to do with problems?
I'm gonna get you. Okay, so what happened was I changed the battery about 2 years prior, and then off and on I would have problems with the car going uphill or the computer recycling.
What did it turn out to be?
You're gonna laugh at this one. So after 2 years and having Acura check it out and everybody else check it out, when you get an aftermarket battery, if it's not an OEM battery, very often the terminals won't fit on there good and snug, and you have to get a spacer to put on there. Now, the way... And
hold on, Dave, and if you don't, what happens? Because I do have to take a break. If you don't, what happens?
You have a loose connection, just like any other.
So you get intermittent electrical problems. I get it. I have to take a break. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by LASIK Vision Institute.
Lots of busy driving throughout the Denver metro for the 1 o'clock hour into downtown. I-25 southbound, watch for minor delays between I-76 and Spear Boulevard. Recent road work has been all cleared up. We're still seeing traffic pick back up. Speaking of road work, out east to Aurora, I-225 southbound, pothole repairs in the 2 middle lanes between I-70 and Colfax. About 11 minutes of delayed driving for folks heading south of DIA. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, clouds rolling in. We're looking at highs in the low 80s today, overnight low of 52, and today throughout the rest of the week, chance of scattered thunderstorms. The current temperature in Denver is 79 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
LASIK is more affordable than you think. Right now at the LASIK Vision Institute, we're offering $1,000 off our Wavelight laser when treated in June. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit LASIK.com for details.
You know, I love talking about deals. That's one of the things I do on this show. And I'm going to tell you the best deal for water heaters, bar none, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. I just have to call it like it is. That means a 40-gallon tank, fully installed, new supply lines, the old one taken out, thrown away. They do that all for $12.99. If you want a 50-gallon, it's $13.99. And any size you get will be the best price that you'll find. And they're talking Rheem or A.O. Smith. They're talking good water heaters. They have some other brand names. 303-668-6844, 668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Now, Made in the Shade, what can I say about them? They can fit almost any budget. This is another deal. Because here's what they do. They make it right. That's the important thing. So Made in the Shade makes it right. Made in the Shade does the measuring for you to a 16th of an inch with laser, and then what they do, or a 64th of an inch, and then they will measure it accurately, help you order it accurately with a design consultant. All of this is free. And then when you get the stuff, they install it as part of their service. It's all guaranteed. Made in the Shade. Look for them at referralist.com. It's Made in the Shade. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. If you're injured in a car accident, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch commercials, listen to people. Everyone's going to have advice. And I say this, no matter what you do, make one of those calls to John Fuller. In fact, the first call I would say, I'll tell you why. John Fuller will absolutely, positively talk to you directly. You're not going to get that with any other big firm. Now, he will only grow his firm to the size of cases he can take. He will never take more cases than he can personally handle. That's a pledge, and that is a promise. And you also get his cell phone number, and he works with you directly. John Fuller, Fuller Law. And I'm telling you, I've known him for years, and you can take that to the bank. 303-597-4500. You're not just a number, and you will feel it when you call. With the analysis, the constant follow-up, and the results. He even negotiates at the end to get you the best net because he negotiates your expenses downward. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
With everyone wanting more of your money from eggs to gas to taxes, how do you keep more of what you've earned? Call 720-895-0500, Affordable Interest Mortgage, where we can show you how to pay less interest on your home, have access to your equity for 30 years, and be prepared for unexpected expenses or emergencies. The market has changed. You now have more buying authority whether you want to purchase with a rate in the 3s on a 3-2-1 buy-down or refinance and pay less interest to own your home faster with the Asset Manager Mortgage. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500, where we've been serving Coloradans for over 20 years. Government agencies continue to raise the cost of financing, whether to purchase or refinance. Let us show you how not to pay these increased fees with loan programs designed to pay less interest and put you in control of your equity. If you want to purchase a home with the rates in the 3s, or you want to have access to your equity, call Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. In these difficult times, you can still save. 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. And MLS 298191, regulated by
Looking
DORA.
to create the coolest spaces, inside and out, for all your summer entertaining? Hi, this is David Nestor, owner of Urban Lights. Come and browse our 20,000 square foot showroom for the best selection of ceiling fans in every style and color, as well as decorative lighting for inside and out. And right now, during our big Memorial Day sale, you'll save 50% on all lighting and select fans. Visit us today to meet with one of our lighting experts and get ready for your coolest summer yet. Open 7 days a week or visit us online at urbanlightsdenver.com.
Slow drains lead to messy backups. Get help from Plumline Services. Just $93 or free. It's a plumb crazy deal. If they can't clear your drains for just $93, the call is free. But you also get a complete diagnostic report. Or just call for a free second opinion on any drain estimate. From the people with faith and ethics, putting honesty first. Service at home, servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the unofficial start of summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hey, don't forget Compass Insurance Group, a free insurance checkup, an honest-to-God objective look at your insurance to make sure you're not paying too much. 303-996-9000. Carolyn has a tax question. Carolyn, what's going on in your life?
So far, I agree with the criminal stuff, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
It gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
My daughter, she did her taxes right away, like beginning of the year. And she all of a sudden she was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot." She did a little part-time job, and she didn't add that the W-2. So she went back in about maybe a couple months ago or a month and a half ago, and amended the taxes. And we got a thing where she had to pay a little bit more money because it was just a little bit more money. But then when she did it through TurboTax, and then now she calls into TurboTax. They don't see her there. They said they don't. You put in her Social Security number and all that, and even with the IRS, we've got different payments, different numbers. We can't. We can't find you. And I look online.
Now hold on, Carolyn. Do you mean they can't find it to amend it? So she can't amend it?
No, she did amend it supposedly, and then they sent some stuff where she had to pay a little bit more money because it was, there was a little bit more income. But now the TurboTax said it might take a little bit longer because she amended it.
A little longer for what, dear? A little longer for what? For the refund?
Yeah, for the refund.
Okay.
And now it's been like 2 months or so, maybe a little longer, and nothing.
All right, I'll tell you what, Carolyn, hold on. We're going to get you on the air with someone who knows how to get through this red tape from Larson Tax Relief tomorrow. Kachina, can we arrange that, please?
We will.
Okay, we'll get you on with an expert, get you some free expert opinion, okay? So you sit tight and we will call you. I'm Tom Martino, the white chain thief. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Remember, don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. Save all your problems for me. All right, guys.
Tom Martino.
Have a good one, Tom.
Tino.
See you, man.
And stay connected with all